Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centurion 753, the next episode of Geopolitical Simulator 4, Power and Revolution, playing as the return to the golden age of Greece. And again, quick overview again, GDP is up to 220 billion. Growth is at 0.13, it's starting to grow slightly. Unemployment is down to 1.89. It's a great unemployment number. And inflation, which was over 9%, is now reducing down to 7.5. So this is the economic situation right now. A lot of comments this week. I'd like to thank everyone for making all the comments they did. I'm going to try to address as many of the suggestions that I can. Please excuse my voice. I'm a little sick this week. A little bug going around my school. I think some of my students got me sick, so, you know, have to deal with that going right into the holiday weekend. I love it. But here we go. So the situation here in Libya looks pretty good. There's only about 3 cities that the Libyans don't control in the north, and they seem to control the rest of the interior minus this one city out here controlled by the LTU. LTU? Yeah, LTU. And that seems to be it for that situation. LTU is a pretty weak force. There's only 590 fighters left. A lot of armed pickup trucks there. The biggest rebel group is the LDF, and the big suggestion this week was to continue bombing. I think we had Jibek, Tyler, Jake, Sweet 1000 all suggested, a couple other people all suggested that I continue to sustain a major bombing campaign against Libya, which I'm going to do, but I'm also going to take a suggestion from Martinez, and I'm going to try to dismantle the terrorist organizations in Libya itself. So let's see, manage network. Do we have Libya? Yeah, we have 20 here. We're going to switch from political spying to, I guess we can't dismantle them because they're active. That's what I thought. I was worried about that. If the terrorist organization has become basically like a rebel group and they're actually mobilized, then you can't dismantle them, but you can locate terrorist units, so we can use that to try to find out where the terrorists are. The other option will be approaching terrorist groups. That means that I would be supporting them, so this is the only thing I can do against the rebel groups. We're going to go ahead and try to locate them. I'm hoping that helps. I'm hoping that does give the Libyans the location as well. I thought that would be pretty cool. I think I mentioned that before. If the information could be shared, that would be really good. The other thing, as far as we've increased our number of agents, which is good. The other thing I want to change here is going to be my Russian policy. And right now there are no goal priorities, but what I am going to do, and I had a couple people getting arrested here, but I'm going to go ahead and up the agents here, and we're going to start to approach political groups in this country, which isn't as, you know, nefarious as political spying. Whoa. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Good. Okay. So we're going to be approaching political groups there. We're approaching terrorist groups in Syria. And the rest of the countries seem to be political spying. I could approach some of the Kurdish forces in Iraq. Again, still trying to promote the whole Kurdish Renaissance movement, and with Turkey there are Kurdish forces there, but I'm still trying to dig up some dirt on Turkey. I wish I could have like more than one objective, but that is our intelligence strategy for now. So I covered that. The other big suggestion is a 1.5% sales tax cut from Professor Moriarty. And again, I'm sorry I didn't pick up on the Sherlock Holmes reference in the last couple episodes, but yeah, I love Sherlock Holmes. And then also Matthias Abner both suggested that I cut sales tax to let the economy grow. I'm going to wait on that one. That's an option. I'm keeping that option available. 1.5% sales tax. I think that was actually what my party was complaining about before. There was a guy in my party who was complaining that they were being overtaxed, and I was confused because the Communist Party would typically want taxes, but The sales tax is considered to be a regressive tax because it's a flat tax and it affects the lower class more. So I'm assuming that's where it is. So just to take a quick poll snapshot to let you guys know, opinion of the people, opinion of Parliament's position. 69% would be in favor of passing this, so this would be a go. The Communist Party is 100% in favor of it. Both Communist parties are 100% in favor of it. And looks like we've got some support from some of these center-left groups here. Socialist Democrats and the Union center-left. So this would be a go, and it's something I'm going to consider, but I'm going to wait until... First, I'm going to wait until I see the first quarter results, which are going to be coming up in 2 weeks, and I want to see how it affects inflation as well as growth. The other suggestion from Professor Moriarty was to leave the Eurozone but stay in the EU, which is another option I'm going to consider. Leave the Euro. And by doing, I guess I can poll on this too. I don't want to poll on this yet. Well, let's take a poll. Let's see what the poll is. Here, we got plenty of money here. Alright, so this is a go. We are good for leaving the Euro. But I want to keep good relations with the Europeans for now. We can do other things too. I think we can do like a national referendum or something like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. This is another option I'm going to consider if inflation rates start to increase, because while the economy is growing slightly, inflation was going down a lot. I want to see if inflation continues to go down. I'm going to stay in the Euro, but leaving the Euro would give us control of our interest rates, which would be able to manipulate the currency as much as possible. The one argument for currently staying in the EU, which was provided by... Oh no. I forgot who said it. Because I'll be able to continue to vote countries like Montenegro, Serbia, former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. I'll be able to keep them out of the EU and hopefully out of NATO as well, and keep them from integrating within the global community, because we're going to try to eventually invade and take over some of these countries. That's still one of the long-term Greek objectives that I have. Okay, so Hugo Batista mentions that, and a couple other people I think mentioned that I should probably have a second Tunisian summit, and this would be to look at the grape issue. I think I had the volume on grapes wrong when I negotiated last time. I'm gonna schedule this for a little bit later, because I'm gonna want to give the opportunity to improve relations through trade, hopefully, with Tunisia. A lot of people also suggested that I set up bases within Tunisia. Again, Libya did not allow me to set up any bases here, and they have green relations. This is light green, so I have to try to improve relations. Hopefully trade over time would improve, but I'm also thinking about going ahead and sending some aid to this country. Let's give them our donation. Our donation in billions. Oh man, I don't want to do billions. I was thinking of a couple million. This is a weird setup. I was just thinking about 1 million. Total amount of international donations looks to be, average donation is looks like 300,000 is the average donation. We're gonna give 1 million. Let's go ahead and give 5 million to Tunisia. See if that will sort of strengthen the alliance and give us the opportunity of maybe setting up a base there. So we'll see if that works. 5 million to Tunisia. And again, we're going to try to, in the next summit, cut a deal for importing grapes from Tunisia and trying to set up a base in Tunisia. Other suggestions have been for adjusting the head of state's powers. And let's see, I can do 2 things to strengthen my power, I think, as far as I'm concerned. One, I could change if we go into the parliament, I could reduce the powers of parliament Determine the powers of Parliament. I can reduce them from vote on laws and motions of no confidence against the head of state to vote on laws and motions of no confidence against the government, but not against the head of state. Poll on that real quick, and this actually passes 60%. A lot more right-wing support with this one. Mild support from the people in Greece, but one people who might not support it would be people that I'm dealing with debt. This would include the IMF in particular, and I'm looking for a debt relief. I think around June, July of the year. I'm going to ask to try to cut the IMF loan in half. So I'm going to wait to increase my powers over Parliament until I get that loan forgiveness. The other area where I could sort of extend my power as a head of state is right here in the head of state's the length of term, which is at 5 years. We upped that earlier. If I up it to 6, the opinion poll looks to be favorable. Okay, 55%, 100% support from the party. I'm going to go ahead and give this another shot and try to push that through. We'll have that voted on April 3rd. And are there any parties that are slightly in favor? I wonder if I can meet with some of these party heads. Sort of try to turn some seats here. Communist seats, 79% against. 15 seats, 79% against. Let's see if I can meet with that political party leader. Maybe I can sway him my direction. Yeah, he seems pretty opinionated. I'll see what I can do about him. Maybe I can bribe him, offer him a medal, something like that. We'll see what we can do there to lock up that support. So we're increasing the power head of state. We've deployed agents, deploying agents to Russia for political parties. The reason why I did that, I wanted to discuss real quick. Russia right now has not horrible relations against us, but not good relations. They hold us in lesser esteem, and the reason why is because Putin is a conservative right wing, while we are communists on the left wing. So approaching the political parties and having them, if they can overthrow Putin and win the election in Russia, then we could have a more favorable relations with the Russians, which will give us another green member. And again, I think I mentioned in the last episode that the green countries do add to your overall score. The more green countries you have, the more countries that are politically aligned with you, gives you a greater score overall. Also, this could help maybe get us a better deal on oil. Well, not oil, but because that price is fixed. But maybe a better deal on natural gas, which is something that we have high demand for. And Russia has a big supply. There's also the possibility of extending pipelines. Yeah, that looks too far. Well, with our conquest plan, we could possibly, if we can take over Macedonia, Serbia, and make a deal with the Hungarians, we might be able to access this pipeline right here, which looks like it is an oil pipeline. But I do want a gas pipeline. Well, an oil pipeline would be good. We can get better prices for oil from there, I think, with an oil pipeline. That is a long-term goal. We got a long way to go before we're ever going to get there. For now, let's move ahead here and try and get into the second quarter to see where we stand economically. Another thing I was looking at debt here. Whoa.
Demonstrators are marching in several cities all over the country as we speak. They intend to express their strong opposition to the government's policies. As some of
That's probably a reaction to the extension of my my term. Alright, looking at the debt, our rates look pretty good, except for this guy right here. Brunei still has us at 14%, which is crazy. I'm going to try to meet with him and see if we can negotiate better interest rates. Whoa, look at those crazy uprisings that just occurred all over the country because of what I suggested. Nothing we can do to react to that, I guess. Another dip in popularity as we grab more power.
It would be advisable for the government to tackle the big environmental challenges that are actually time bombs. It wouldn't be a bad idea.
It's a pretty big group there. We might want to address them if we can get them in our favor.
The theory that says if E1 doesn't like E2 and E2 doesn't like E3, then E1 and E3 could be friends, has allowed us to see this group as a potential ally.
Alright, Russian Workers' Party. Let's go ahead and meet with them. Okay, interesting. We'll give them some money as well. A couple million to those guys. Here we go. Meeting with the Communist Organization Secretary General. Let's see. Coffee?
No thanks. My ulcer can't take.
What about wine?
Do you think it's reasonable?
Oh boy. Militants love you.
That's very kind.
Let's offer him a national medal.
If you want to. Say, could we exchange it for a small check? No? Alright. Too bad. Oh well. I'll take your small trinket. A second-hand dealer might be interested.
Okay, I guess he wasn't that interested in the medal. I wasn't ready to offer him a bribe. Should I offer him a bribe? Let's see what happens here.
No problem. I wasn't planning to, but I'll do anything to make you happy.
Nice. Looks like we swayed him. Alright, that should be good enough. I guess the medal was enough to sway him. So if we can get that vote through, we'll gain more power. Where are we at now? 54.6. Yuck. Alright, 78%. What the heck? That should have improved things. We're going to have to get lucky with that one, I think. Alright, our trade surplus is now still over $10 billion. We did give some money away to Tunisia, so I think that went down a slight amount. International loan lender, glass of
And why
champagne.
not play a game of Whist while you're at it? Do you think that you can put me to sleep with your fake gossip?
Ooh, wow. Hostile.
Very kind. This thought is very honorable.
Oh, are they Muslim? They might be Muslim. Why am I offering
Very
them?
well.
Why am I offering
What
them?
kind of
Oh my
offer do you wish
God!
to make us?
You gotta be kidding me. 52.1. You're starting at that? 12.
We would prefer to terminate this negotiation.
Alright, that's just not gonna work. Alright, so no interest rate improvements with Brunei. That's just not gonna happen. Alright, so let's go ahead and push this a little further, a little faster. See if we can get to the end of the quarter. What else did I want to talk about? There is a pretty big...
One of my men succeeded in infiltrating Key Center.
Let's take these guys out for good. There was a question about my...
Succeeded in infiltrating Key Center.
Good. There was a question about the service industry and the trade imbalance that occurred here in the service industry. I took a look. If you look at the trade balance, we had a big dip right around August, it looks like. And I went to look at what was going on in August. I think that's when I raised the... that is when I raised the sales tax, but I think it's also around the time when I declared war with Libya. So I don't know. Those seem to be the two major things that happened in August that would have impacted the trade balance. I'm not sure how the sales tax would impact trade balance. I guess if the things just got to be too expensive. Here we go. Financial aid.
I'm listening carefully. How much would this aid amount to?
Oh, well, what is it in? Millions or what? I guess it's just in regular dollars. $1 million.
Thank you for your precious support. I can assure you that the government is getting ready to live its last hours.
Okay. I think it only just ended up being like 500,000.
It's true that the blow cannot really be described as fatal. 2 arrests.
Bummer.
But the three-way analysis... Our governmental cell...
Initial target in
has the opportunity to approach this potential...
Montenegro. Let's go ahead and approach him. And looks like our popularity went back up a little bit. Public finances and anti-terrorist efforts. Let's go ahead and infiltrate that group again. Keep going after these terrorist groups. There's only 8 guys left. 2 arrests. I think there was 10. So if we keep that up, pretty soon they'll be done, which is good. What's going on in Libya? Or not Libya, Syria. Looks like Turkish forces are positioning themselves right on the border here. Government waste. Not going to worry about that right now. National Festival. Give me a bump with that. Good. 0.8.
As I predicted, the systematic analysis of the habits
64% of the Greek communist forces.
like a serious blow at the terrorists.
They can't have too many people left. Serbia, eliminate head of state. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, that would actually help because Serbia is not as aligned with us as the other countries. So eliminating the head of state might put in another political party. Looks like that national holiday. National holiday give us a bump. More anti-terrorism gave us a bump. There we go. $2.44 billion surplus for the quarter.
Good news. Our financial performance in the last quarter shows a cash surplus. This will help us reduce our debt service.
That'll reduce our debt service. Kosovo network, eliminate head of state. No, I don't want to eliminate head of state. I want you to find dirt on these guys. Give me just cause. Casus belli. Cause for war. Something. Oh my God. Yeah, big bump from public finance. Look at this budget excess, up to $14 billion. And our debt, we took off about $6 million in debt. That was huge.
And the law has been passed.
The law has been passed. We extended our term. Alright, and we're back up in the 90s. This is beautiful. And this is actually extending the length of the... This is actually pushing back the elections, because the elections were at 2021. Now they're in 20... They were in 2020. Now they're in 2021. So it is actually extending my current term. Which means that some things I was holding off for the election, you might want to do now.
Approach this potential informer. According to my calculations, using
approach him, and that gives me more time to end the the Libyan conflict before the election, which is good. How are we doing here? Ah, there we go. Oh. The Libyan Democratic Forces have taken over a city. That could be call for us to deploy some troops. Do I have special forces? I have commandos here. Let's see if we can't deploy some commandos. What the heck just happened? There's all kinds of things that popped up here. Bargain concluded. Alright, this is the Minister of Agriculture of Montenegro. Prime Minister, it would seem that you have the means to conduct persuasive, effective foreign policy. Judging by the amount you kindly deposit in my account in Switzerland, you can count on me to inform you of all my country's secret operations. Very good.
Here is our growth forecast for the end of the year based on calculations that we made last month. This is an average figure. It reflects an economy with moderate dynamism.
Alright, so our growth is up from what we projected. Unemployment stands at 1%. United States discovers self-fragant fiber. Okay.
One of my men succeeded in infiltrating key centers.
Let's shut down this group. And let's see. Can I take a peek at the economy here? Wow, unemployment is below 1%. Inflation is continuing to drop, so I don't want to touch anything, even though the growth is going up. Inflation is going down, so I don't want to make any moves right now. I want to lower this, continue to lower this inflation. We've gone down over the course of this episode, which has been about 3 weeks. Inflation has gone down from 7.55 to 7.12. I'm not going to touch anything economically. But I'm still keeping the sales tax cut as an option for later, and leaving the euro as another option for later, but I don't think they're necessary as of the right moment. We'll have a Tunisian summit before the end of this quarter, and we'll hopefully get a deal on grape imports and try to negotiate at least access to their country, or maybe if we're lucky, get a construction of a base there. That seems to be it for now. Thank you for watching. I think we are at about 25 minutes here. So thanks for watching, thanks for the support. Please feel free to comment, let me know what you guys think. The next episode, it looks like we'll be launching a special forces operation into Libya to try to again shut down that Libyan democratic forces and get these cities back in the control of the Libyan government, end this civil war, stabilize things on our southern front, and hopefully gain a stronger ally in the south with Libya. Maybe we can use as a launch point for invasions into other African countries and expanding our influence into Africa. And they might also be a good partner to trade with too. There's some pretty good oil down there, and that might be the deal. We might be making an oil deal with them sometime in the near future. Tunisia, I want your grapes. Algeria, neutral relations with them. Slightly hostile relations with Egypt, which could mean a Greek invasion there. And capturing the Suez. That would be something. Okay, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment down below, and please like the video if you did, and subscribe if you want to see more, and share with your friends and everything. And I appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.